Excuse me. All right, Shalom. For the phones, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and to all the acting across the globe, preaching the word of truth in the city, want to say Shalom. So I died now from the great millstone camp in Chicago with a lesson. Today's lesson is going to the milk about no free will. Because contrary to popular opinion, which is the church's doctrine, that you're in control of your life, and you're not. All right, everything is predestined and laid out for you, all right, according to the judgment of Yahweh Shai Shai. And through the spirit of Yahweh Shai Shai, Lord, willing the lesson be edifying. This is Job 33 and 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he opened the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. He keepeth back his soul from the pit, and his life from perishing by the sword. All right? And that's very heavy, man. All right? It's very plain. Okay? And there's a lot of examples that when I teach, I use layman's terms, and I use real life scenarios that all people have done. And the one example that I've used is through the Spirit of the Lord, not I, but the Spirit of the Lord. When I bring this scripture out, is that have you ever made plans for the next day? All right, you say, okay, well, tomorrow I need to do this, I need to do that, and I need to do this. Then the next day comes, and what happens? Maybe your child is up sick, so you may not be able to go to the grocery store in the morning. You may not be able to go get your haircut or do the thing that you have planned. Why? Because the Lord had put something in your path to where you cannot perform those things that you have so carefully laid out. All right, your instructions come from Yahweh Shai Shai when you sleep. So the next morning when you wake, all right, you're doing exactly what the Lord has in store for you that day. And you know what the Lord's will is? The Lord's will is when the day is over and you're sitting back and you look back on your day, the thing that the Lord had you to do is what you were supposed to be doing for that day. All right? In a dream and a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men in the slumber of the bed. So all these things that happened to you today, all right, came from the night before when you were asleep. Then he opened the ears of men and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. All right, because if you were able to do all of the things that you intended to do at your own volition, at your own will, what's the purpose of having the Lord? What's the purpose of Yahweh Shai Shai being all powerful? All right, if you're able to do the things that you want to do in your life. He keepeth back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing by the sword. Because sometimes you have plans to do certain things, to go up a certain place. All right, say like you want to go to your cousin's crib after work. Or something came up and you had to make a run. All right, now you call your cousin and say, I'm not going to be able to make it today. And then what happens? All right, it may be an accident on a freeway. It may be a judgment going down at that residence. It could be a total number of things that that could have happened that the Lord prevented you from being involved with. Car wrecks. Okay, you may have getting pulled over. Who knows what scenarios or what things may have occurred. All right, if you were able to, if you went on your daily way as you had planned. Okay, sometimes the Lord will stop you from doing things because what? Because death lies ahead, man. Trouble and tribulation lies ahead. Cause who? It's another thing about free will. Who wakes up in the morning and be like, man, I'm gonna go crash my car into this pole, or I'm gonna go turn left and this guy's gonna run the red light and T-bone me. You see how silly it is to say you have free will. All right, what person in their right mind wakes up and says, I'm gonna get shot today, or I'm gonna lose my job today? You see? Proverbs 20 and 24. It says, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man understand his own way? All right. So the Lord is dictating your steps, man. Sometimes, I know this happened to me, and I know it happened to other brothers, where you're just walking or you're just driving, and Lord, man, you may be wanting to go to a particular store, and the Lord, no, turn into this store. All right, and you don't know why. You just go follow the Spirit. You do it. Then lo and behold, you go to the store. They might have some lamb on sale. They may have some socks on sale. There may be something that's very that you may have been looking for. Okay, that happens to be in that spot that you had no intention of going. But yet, when you get there, it proved profitable for you. All right, and this has happened to everybody. I know it has. See, one thing about the Lord, you got to acknowledge the things that He does. All right. The man's going of the Lord. How can man understand his own way? Nobody in this truth said, I'm going to be in the truth. I'm going to lose my wife and my car and my kids and my family and go follow the Lord. Nobody said, I'm going to forsake everything and be homeless and sleep on trains or shacking up with brothers and depending on strangers, as they may be, to go do this work. Nobody woke up and said, I'm going to go stand on the corner in a garment in 29-degree weather and preach to hard-headed people for 4 to 6 hours a weekend. See? All this is programmed by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. There is no free will. Proverbs 16 and 19. The 19? Maybe not. Let me see. There's 19. I don't think this is it though, but I'm gonna get it. Let me start from the top and go slow. Oh, this is good too. I'm gonna go ahead and get this. This is the preparation of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All right. You can say like you're in trouble, right? And you may have been late for work, okay, or something may have happened at work, and you're like, man, what am I tell the boss? What am I tell the boss? You don't. You try to make up an excuse. You're preparing your speech because the boss is mad. But when you get there, what happens? So the Spirit of the Lord takes over, and now you're able to now the Spirit is speaking through you, and things turn out okay. All right. Instead of trying to slick your way out of it, the Lord puts His words in your mouth, and He makes it go smooth. You see. Oh, here we go. It's Proverbs 16 and 9, not 19. A man's heart devises his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. All right. So a man's mind. Let's go to that word devises. Okay, because we always think that we are in control. The word deviseth. To think, plan, esteem, calculate, make judgment. All right. To reckon, to think upon, to consider. All right. So, a heart thinks upon things. All right. It considers or reckons his way, but the Lord directs his steps. So you can think that you're going to do certain things, but guess what? It's the Lord. All right. A guy can go out there and be like, man, I feel good today. I'm gonna drop 30. Well, you go out there and you go a 2 for 25 from the field, or 0 for 5 at the plate with 4 strikeouts. You know what I mean? So you could plan and think upon things all day, but guess what? If it's not coinciding with what the Lord wants to do, it's in vain. Okay? It's the Lord that does this, not you. Jeremiah 10 and 23. It says, O Lord, I know the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. All right? So our lives are not our own. All right, our body, our spirit don't belong to us. Our life does not belong to us. It belongs to Yahweh Shem Shai. With that understanding, you know that the things are only going to be done in accordance to the way that Yahweh Shem Shai has planned it for Himself to give to you. Okay, it's all about the will of Yahweh Shem Shai, not yours. Okay. All right. So let's get a couple examples, and I'm gonna close it out. This is I'm gonna first go to this first. This is Jonah, the first chapter. It said, now the word, Jonah 1:1. Now the word of the Lord came unto Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying, arise, go to Nineveh, the great city, and cry against it, for the wickedness is come up before me. Now this is the word. Now we read earlier that the Lord directs your steps. All right, and He puts in your mind while you're asleep your instructions. So it said, we also read in Job, it said, the Lord speaketh once and twice, but yet man perceiveth it not. See, now this is the word of Yahweh Shem Shai coming to Jonah. And the Lord is telling Jonah to go testify against Nineveh. Because Nineveh was a wicked city, man, okay? Which is also known as, America is also known as Nineveh. So to rise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry against it, for the wickedness has come up before me. But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord, and went down to Joppa. And he found a ship going to Tarshish, so he paid the fare thereof, and went down into it, to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. See, the Lord gave him instructions, okay, and Jonah fled. All right. Now you may think, oh, see, Jonah did his own will, right? We all know about the book of Jonah, how he was swallowed up by a fish. It was in the belly for I believe for 3 days. Okay, but look what happened. Look what happened when he came out of the belly. All right. Now we got to reading that in the first chapter that the word of the Lord came to Jonah, and the Lord told Jonah to go cry out against Nineveh. Okay, but Jonah refused and took that ship to Tarshish. Right. And this is after Jonah was spit out by the whale or by the fish. Jonah 3:3. So Jonah arose and went into Nineveh according to the word of the Lord. Now Nineveh was exceeding great city in 3 days' journey. All right, and that's the point. All right, so after all that Jonah did, he was shipwrecked and crying out in anguish. All right, to the Lord when he was in the fish's belly. All right, and what ended up happening? He still ended up doing the will of the Lord. Okay, he tried to run away from what he was told to do, and what the Lord do. Not only did the Lord chastise him with those things, the shipwreck and the storm and being consumed by the whale. After all of that, he still had to do what the Lord told him to do. You see? Let's get this in Bel and the Dragon. This is Bel and the Dragon. This is Bel and the Dragon 1:33. Now there was in Jewry a prophet called Habakkuk, who had made pottage and had bread in a bowl, and was going into the field for it to bring it to the reapers. See, his plan, what he wanted to do, was make this pottage, all right, and this bread, and bring it to the workers who was working the field. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, go carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. So this is the word of the Lord coming again, speaking to Habakkuk about his instructions, right? And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. See, Habakkuk had no idea where it was, or where Daniel was laying in. Verse 36. Then the angel of the Lord took him by his crown and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. And Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, take the dinner which the Most High had sent thee. You see? All right, that was the will of the Lord. Okay, there is no free will. Okay? Habakkuk's will was to bring the bowl of food to his reapers, not to deliver it unto Daniel. You see? It's always what the Lord wants you to do. Let's get to this in Matthew, I think 24, 26. All right. Matthew 26 and 30 said, Then cometh Yahushua with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and said unto his disciples, Sit ye here while I go and pray yonder. And said he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Then said he unto them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here, and watch, wait for me. And he went a little further, and fell on his face, and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. All right, so what was the will of Yahushua? To let the cup pass from him. What was that cup? The upcoming crucifixion and the beating and the shame. Okay. It says this is let's go down to 42. He went away again the second time and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done. See, now Yahushua is asking the Lord, to take this. That if you don't take the cup away, that he's going to drink it. Why? Because it's going to be the will of the Lord. All right, it was the Lord's will. All right, to the sin of the only begotten Son to go through what he went through for the salvation and redemption of Israel. All right. Okay, so basically that's it, man. We all know the story about Yahushua when he was crucified. All right. So what? The Lord wanted the cup to pass, but it wasn't the will of Yahweh, man. Okay, so there is no free will. All right. So with that, I want to say, call halal, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Until next time, Shalom.